Welcome. Today I want to talk about the YoloBox Mini. And disclaimer ahead, YoloLiv sent me the YoloBox Mini, but they are not paying for this video, nor do they have any input into the video. So the content is my opinion. The YoloBox Mini is a streaming device that's based on Android. It's basically an Android tablet sort of size, and it allows you to attach either a HDMI camera or a USB camera, and then add overlays, graphics, things like that. You can then also connect a line-in or microphone to it. You can have a headset on here that allows you to listen in, review your audio, and the nice thing about this is that it actually has three different network interfaces. So it has a network port, an Ethernet port that you can use to either connect a modem to that has Ethernet out, or you can connect it to a network directly. It has Wi-Fi built in, 2.45 GHz, so you can connect to a Wi-Fi network to get your connectivity. Or it has, actually, if you look down here, a tray for a SIM. Let's see, get this in here. And a built-in 4G modem. So that makes for a very compact streaming device. Now, who is this for? The YoloBox Mini is for people that want to improve, let's say, their video conferencing, video feed, because you can actually use it as a webcam. It has the ability that you can connect it into the PC via USB cable, and then the feed goes to the PC. And you can use it with Zoom or Skype or things like that. It is also a very capable streaming device for any sort of content that you might want to stream to YouTube or Twitch or Facebook. All three of those are natively supported. You can also stream to an individual RTMP server to a different service if you want to. And the YoloBox actually comes with a service included for free that allows you to stream to multiple platforms at the same time. One of the nice features with this is also that if you have somebody else that you want to bring into the stream, you can do that with another YoloBox, and basically through their service you can bring the stream from the other YoloBox over into this one and then combine it. So traditionally, YoloBox had the original YoloBox, which had two HDMI ports and one USB port, so you could have three cameras on that. And last year they brought out the YoloBox Pro, that's this one. That has three HDMI and one USB, and a good few more features, as you can switch between videos and things like that. This is a bit cumbersome. It's good for a stationary setup, but what if you want to do a live stream, like an IRL stream in the city at an event, or at, let's say, at a site that you want to explore? Well, then this is a bit big and you wouldn't be dragging four cameras around with you anyhow. So the new YoloBox Mini, which is this one, actually fits that bill, and it's really compact. And it's also easy to carry around. Matter of fact is, for IRL streaming, often people have like a chat phone anyhow, where they can follow their chat and interact with their viewers. Now the YoloBox already does that, built into the encoder here. You have your interaction with your chat. So carrying this around isn't that difficult then. And I actually found a real neat way of mounting this, where this is like a mobile phone holder. It's like flexible rubber, and you strap this around here, Let's see. And it fits. It wouldn't fit on the Pro. The Pro is definitely too big for that. But on the YoloBox Mini, it fits precisely. And this comes with a holder for like a bicycle or scooter or motorbike. I actually use this on my e-scooter, and it also comes with a strap that you can put around your arm. So, and now your YoloBox is out of the way. You have your hands free and you have access to the YoloBox here. So that's actually really, really handy. And if you imagine doing that with the big one, not really. So let's take this apart again. One thing you have to be careful with the YoloBox Mini is that the cooling is in the back, so you can't block that. This phone holder actually gets around that because it doesn't block the cooling vent. On the YoloBox Pro, there was vents here on the sides, so it's a bit easier. So you can actually lay it flat down. You can't do that with the YoloBox Mini. But all in all, that's a minor concern. So what's in the box when you get the YoloBox Mini? Obviously the phone holder isn't. The YoloBox Mini comes with it comes with a screen protector, it comes with a manual, it comes with a quick guide, it comes with a little cold shoe mount that you can mount it on top of, say, a camera. Just put a battery into this while I'm at it. So I could now mount, there's a 1/4 inch thread in the bottom of the YoloBox. So I'll just screw this in here. Okay, and it was important that I put the SIM in before I did that, because now the SIM slot is blocked. Use the little Allen wrench, tighten this a bit more. So it should be okay. And then you can mount it on top of your camera. Again, that becomes like a real compact setup. So where you have it on top of the camera here. You then need obviously a HDMI cable. I have one here. There is shorter ones. I have a shorter one somewhere. This is just what I had right now. So, and that's you ready to go. Battery lifetime, I haven't tested it, but definitely over an hour minimum. I would expect 3-4 hours. The YoloBox Mini is powered with a USB-C cable. There is a quick charge adapter in the package, at least there was in mine. Doesn't matter really, because you can charge it in any USB 3 quick charger, and just a standard USB-C port up here. One more thing that actually needs to be installed is when you look down here, there's a little slot. You press on that and the SD card dummy comes out, and then we install the SD card with a quick press until we have a positive click. And the SD card can contain your graphics and can record your footage also to the SD card. At the moment I only have a 32 gigabyte card in there, so it's a bit small, and that's about it. And then obviously this little ejector tool for the SIM card slot also was included. And that's pretty much the package. We get this thing fired up and then go over the menus and show you what this thing can do. Take it from there. So when we do this, there's a button down here, and press that. There you go. When you first start your YoloBox Mini up, you are greeted with the screen to choose your language. So we go with English in this case. And then obviously you have to set your time zone. Let's see what we have here. Dublin is not listed, but London is, so we take that. So the next thing then is it wants you to connect to the internet. Obviously to sign into live or to sign into monitor mode. So it might even ask you for a firmware upgrade at this point, once you have the network connection sorted. So we go network settings, Wi-Fi. Turn that on. Find the network. So it's network connected now. So that's the network settings. So we'll start with account email, right? So you get the screen, and then you can go and you can say sign up. And then you can fill out all of these to get your account. And you need that for various features. So now that I'm signed in here, I have my account connected. And the next thing I want to do is I want to get a link so that I can stream to an RTMP destination. I could also connect this to my Facebook and to my YouTube, to my Twitch. And specifically with Facebook and YouTube, you connect to your main account. And then when you, later on, when you tell the YoloBox what you want to stream to, then it will ask you which profile do you want to stream to, which group or which page, or if you have multiple, you will have the choice of selecting where you want to stream to. About device tells you the versions and things that you have on here. You can choose your language later on. You can go back into the network settings, and you can obviously change the time zone as you see fit. So let's go back in here, and it will send the link to the registered email address. So they have now sent me an email for setting up my RTMP. So I'm going to go and do that. Okay. And then go back out. And then the next thing we do is we create a new stream. So we call this live stream, and this is called test. Done. Description and schedule is optional. Okay, we go in here. And then we start at the top. So you have at the top, you have a couple settings where you can set, here you can set the resolution that you want to stream with. So you have the option of 1080p 720 480. And here you can basically start recording with that little camera logo, and you can start recording to your SD card. In the bottom on the right hand side, you have this little gear logo. So here's your SD card management. So you can then format your SD card here. You have program out. So what program out does, it takes the HDMI out, which I'm using to record the screen of the YoloBox Mini at the moment, and it sends the video feed out of the HDMI instead. That's if you want to use an external encoder or maybe show the program on a bigger screen. You then have USB out. So USB out is the webcam mode. For that, you will need a USB A to USB-C dongle, because otherwise you would need a USB A to USB cable to connect to your PC, unless your PC has a USB-C port. But it basically uses the webcam USB-A port to send a webcam feed to a PC so that you could, for example, use it in a Zoom meeting or Skype or something like that. So if you go in here, you can flip the picture horizontal. That's an option that you have there. So streaming mode. Streaming mode, there's two options. There's the direct single platform stream. That's the default. And then there is the YoloLiv multi-streaming service. So if you want to stream to YouTube and Facebook directly, you don't need a special service for that. YoloLiv actually gives you that as part of you purchasing the product from them. So if you buy a YoloBox, you get their multi-streaming service for free. There's no subscription fee for this. The other thing the YoloLiv multi-streaming service also is needed for is if you want to stream from one YoloBox to another. You can actually do that. If you have two YoloBoxes on the same account, you can actually stream to the YoloLiv multi-streaming service, and then you can pick up that feed and feed it into another YoloBox and do like a multi-location stream or something like that. We then have the encoding settings. So there is CBR, the constant bitrate, CQ, and VBR, the variable bitrate. Generally, keep it to CBR, especially Facebook and YouTube don't really like variable bitrate. So CBR is always the best choice. I'm going to bump the bitrate up. The default here is 3000. I'm going to go with 6000, and we can go up to 60 FPS, but we will be sticking with 30 FPS today. So, and then we have the recording limits. So here you can set in what intervals it starts in your video. So 10, 20, 30, 60 minutes, or you can say just keep on recording in the same file. Okay, so that's the settings. I'll go back to the main screen. We have then the second logo from the bottom right. That's your comments. That only works with YouTube and Facebook at the moment. And you can see up to the last 100 comments you can see, and you can tap on them and they will show up on your stream. So then you have the third logo in the bottom from the right. It's your scoreboard. So this is designed for sports games. So you can basically do a scoreboard overlay and then click this on, and then we can move this around here. So let's see, move this here. And I want this up here. Great. So that was that. So go back into the scoreboard here. I can then basically put the scores up for each of the teams. I can name each of the teams. I can save you in the first half or second half. Can change the scoreboard styling, change the team names, even change the fonts, background color, things like that. So that works quite nicely. So for something like that, this is actually really good. Turn this off again. So then we have volume. Now the YoloBox Mini, opposed to the other models of YoloBox that exist, only will take a single camera feed. And that means we also only really have a single audio feed. There's no real mixer in this. So you can have the audio from the webcam. If you have a USB webcam connected, you have the feed from the HDMI that comes from the camera itself. My camera is off at the moment. I should actually turn that on. See how that goes. And if I take the cap off, and you can see now the audio feed from the camera up in the top there. I can use the line in or the microphone interface. At the moment, both of these are mono, but the YoloBox Pro already has received an update where the line in then is stereo. So I assume that will very soon also be replicated to the YoloBox Mini. And you have your volume levels. So then you have the platforms. And you can see here I have 2 RTMP servers that I actually previously added to my account. So I can just go and I can add my test server here, and that's what we want to stream to. That's good. And last but not least, the 3 pieces of paper here, or whatever this is. This is your overlays. We'll create an overlay then. That's okay. Countdown timer. starting soon. You can put background music on that. At the moment, you cannot choose your own background music, so you have to take what they gave you, but that's something that's going to be changed in the future. So, and if you have that set, and say we start the overlay here, so after 10 minutes, it will then go and it will automatically switch to your video source. So if I want to take this overlay again, off again, I go back into overlays and I tap on it and then it's gone. And that's the majority of the settings of the YoloBox Mini. It's quite simple. The YoloBox Mini is a very nice, very simple and very easy to get going streaming device with basically every feature that you would want. So we'll hit go live now. And we are ready, yes. And it starts. And then here at the top, you can see it is streaming at 5600 kilobit, 2930 FPS, no drops, and we are live. So that's it. Even gives you a status on how your connection is doing. And then in the top right, you can see your bandwidth usage and the current time, what connection you're on, if you're on Wi-Fi and Ethernet, or if you're on the 4G connection in the box, and how much of your battery you have left. And you can obviously charge this. It takes quick charge tree, so you can charge it actually fairly fast and keep it going even while you're recording. Okay, I hope that was helpful. There are a couple more things. So the HDMI port will take 1080p 60 FPS, and the YoloBox Mini can stream at 1080p 60 FPS. But the USB port, if you use a web-based camera, this could be Insta360 camera, the USB webcam mode. This could be the Logitech Brio webcam I've tested successfully. But there's other cameras that don't work with it, like for example the Elgato Facecam and the Elgato Camlink 4K and the AVerMedia Ultra Streamer USB dongles. They don't work with it, and the reason for that is more than likely that the USB port will only do 720p, where the HDMI port will do 1080p. So that's something to keep in mind. I have found that some of the cheaper USB capture dongles do work with the YoloBox. This actually applies to all of the YoloBoxes. It doesn't matter if it's the original one, the Pro or the Mini. So always good idea to test if you want to use the USB port, but in general a HDMI feed is preferred. It's a great little tool, and with the introduction of the Mini, we now have a form factor that is truly portable. So in that sense, it's really, really great. I have 2 more videos in the pipeline on the use of the YoloBox Mini. So so if this content was useful to you, make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell notification down there so you get notified when I upload another video, and maybe give a video a like here. And I'll see you in another one. Bye.